Good morning. I had a lot of people. I've been talking to a lot of people, so I'm very geeked. I just wanted to share my little bit of my journey. Try to make it short as can be. Um, I got pregnant with. I've been anemic since I was 14. I've been overweight. I was the athlete. I still was overweight. Couldn't lose weight. Ate a lot. Um, got pregnant when I was 20. Had twins at 21. Had a pretty good pregnancy, but at the end of my pregnancy, I got toxemia, which turned into preeclampsia. I had a fever. Um, Stayed in the hospital 11 days. Had to go back into surgery. Had a hematoma. Um, so it was a difficult delivery. I had a C-section, but it was a difficult process. My children were healthy, thank God, though. So, just came home raising my kids, taking care of them, and my teeth started chipping off and breaking off. They had been breaking off, but my teeth started breaking off. Started getting horrible toothaches. My eyes started bulging, and I ended up going to the emergency room. I had a horrible toothache, um, and the doctor suspected. He said, "I think you have some type of thyroid problem. Your eyes are drooping and they're bulging." So he sent me to a wonderful endocrinologist, and I was being treated for Graves' disease. And that was going good. And all of a sudden, I would talk on the phone to my friends, and after I would talk for so long, I would start to sound nasal, and then I couldn't open my eyes, and then I had a hard time chewing food. So I lost a lot of weight, and then my neck got huge, had a huge goiter, which is your thyroid. That's why I have like a little dip in my neck because I have no thyroid. So the endocrinologist suspected I had myasthenia gravis because he had a very good friend who was a very good neurologist. She's well published. Her first name is Susan. She ended up leaving, but I'm forever grateful to her. So he told me one day, if you can't hold your arms up to comb your hair, I'm going to put you in the hospital. He said, I suspect you have myasthenia. And he was Nigerian. So I didn't really understand what he was saying. And I was also like 20, almost 22. I was 22. I didn't know what he was saying. So one day, lo and behold, I went to the bathroom to curl my hair and I couldn't hold my arms up. So I called him. He put me in the hospital. They did a tantalon test, which is a test where they inject some type of chemical in your body and your symptoms go away for like 5 minutes. And that is proof that you have myasthenia gravis. So, got my diagnosis very quickly. Thank you, Miss Susan. A lot of people go undiagnosed for a very long time because myasthenia gravis is neurological, it's autoimmune, and it's very complicated. It affects all of your voluntary muscles. So I was put on steroids, methadone, and about 7 other medicines to deal with the side effects of the steroids. I was on 60 milligrams, a very high dose. I had so many symptoms. So, like I said, 7 different medications, just dealing with the side effects of the prednisone. And then I was still taking my thyroid medicine, and they still do not know why, but they remove your thymus gland. It's connected to something's wrong with my pituitary gland, which makes my thyroid and my thymus gland not act right and me have these diseases. So they don't know why still exactly that they remove the thymus gland in myasthenia gravis, but most times they remove it. Some people get completely better. Some people alleviate 1 or 2 of their symptoms. Some people, we're snowflakes. We're all different. A lot of the autoimmune diseases are called snowflakes because we're all different. So, and I was having horrible breathing problems. So they knew they needed to remove my thymus gland and remove my thyroid gland, but it was a process because if you're having thyroid problems, they don't like to take you into surgery because you run the risk of going into thyroid storm, which means your heart can stop. So what happened was I went to the hospital several times trying to get my surgeries done, and it wasn't successful, but they finally went ahead and took it out. And even when they did take it out, I still went into thyroid storm, and I ended up dying on the table. But thankfully, I had 2 great doctors. And the doctor who took my thyroid said I had the biggest goiter he had ever seen. Um, The thymectomy relieved me of the breathing problems I have. A lot of myasthenics have horrible breathing problems. Some of them are on oxygen. Some of them are on in wheelchairs. Um, I've had it pretty much every symptom. My breathing got better, but my eyes got worse. I still was on heavy doses of of steroids. Couldn't stand it. I thought the walls were closing in on me. And one day I literally grew a beard overnight. Literally had hair all over my face. And I went to my doctor. I told him I'm not taking this anymore. And Cellcep had just came out. And Cellcep is another, prednisone is an immunosuppressant. They use it for a lot of different diseases. And I have a love-hate relationship with it. It is a good drug, if needed, but it does, doctors, I've watched tapes and I've heard it does shorten your life. It redistributed the weight of my body. I felt side effects for years with taking prednisone. So I got off the prednisone and I got on Cellcept, and I kind of just, my doctor ended up moving, and I kind of just rolled with it. I kind of just made unconscious, life choices to change my, just to make it through. I worked 2 jobs. I went to school. I raised my kids. And I was just blessed. So, we were doing pretty good. And then Hurricane Katrina happened right after I graduated college. So, the economy went kind of haywire. So I ended up taking a federal job that really stressed my body out. Stress greatly affects any autoimmune disease and myasthenia gravis. So, stress greatly affects it. There's still, if I get in a stressful situation, sometimes this eye will droop. Not nearly as much as it used to, but this eye will droop. That's like one sign I know my body's getting stressed. So, I took a very stressful federal job that I loved, and I loved the work, but it was mentally and physically stressful and too much for my body. I just couldn't handle it. And like I said, I started doing some destructive things just to deal with, to get the stress off of me. So it was a very long road. Kind of lost everything I had, but slowly but surely, God restored my life. Still restoring my life. Got back on my feet. Got on disability. And, been trying to restore my life for basically the last 6 years now. And doing well. And my kids, were going to school. And I just said, still, they put me back on prednisone, not as high a dose, but my body responded horribly to it. And the doctor said, okay, we're going to taper you off. So I was like, all right, cool. But I still have this big old moon face. My eyes were horrible. And I was doing like the detox waters because I was trying to, I was uncomfortable because I was overweight. It was about 280. I was 280. And I was doing detox waters. I was doing the cranberry, dandelion root tea. I was doing a bunch of different detox waters. And just trying to, eat. I've never eaten horribly, but just trying to eat better. So, like I said, what happened was TLC literally came to me. One of my family members in this company who I went to school with, I kept seeing it. I kept seeing this Delgado coffee and this ISOT, and I was like, what is this girl talking about? But I knew she looked good. She was also, I was a beautiful girl, but she looked good. And I remember her saying she was looking for some people in Baton Rouge and stuff because she's from here, but she lives in Texas. And then I had this wonderful, wonderful, fearless lady approach me. And I was looking for something to supplement my income and help my kids go through college. And I researched the company. And once I read Armand Puyo's story, that was it. It was it. It was it for me. God brought it to me. That was it. I got my 4 packs of tea, and I joined the company. Yeah, you join the company, you get a product. The lowest level is $44.95. You get a product, you get 2 websites. I fully was just like, okay, I'm going to work this business because they have great products. And I've read all these great testimonies about people, improving their health and improving their life and improving their finances. I'm like, okay, cool. I had no idea my mindset would change like this. Now, God is a big part of my life. That relationship is the most important. Um, but I had no idea that these 9 little herbs, persimmon leaves, holy thistle, malva leaves, marshmallow, blessed thistle, papaya, myrrh, chamomile, and ginger. Had no idea that these 9 little herbs would change my life. I started taking the tea. 3 days later, my eyes opened. And I was also being treated for high blood pressure because CellCept and myasthenia gravis can cause that. And I needed my eyeglass prescription place. I have good vision, but with MG strains your eyes, so I have to wear glasses to drive and sometimes to see far. So I had no idea. But I took my tea and I got treated for my eyes and just started feeling better, like lost weight. And then I just stepped up my game and I started exploring the other products we have. And now I'm a product junkie because um, these products all fall under autoimmune protocol. Um, these products are not made in a factory where there's wheat, soy, nuts, or anything of this sort. I've been studying a lot about autoimmune protocol, and with autoimmune protocol, there's a lot of foods that they don't recommend you eat. Nuts, nightshades, tomatoes, peppers, eggs are not recommended. I've talked to 2 myasthenia gravis people online that have went medication free because they went paleo, which autoimmune protocol is basically paleo. So yeah, that's my goal. But what is so great about this tea is that, I can still do autoimmune protocol. I love tomatoes and cucumbers, and I love that. I still can, work towards autoimmune protocol and have, you know, some of those things sometimes because this detox tea is going to clear it out. But that's just a little bit of my testimony. Anybody that has an autoimmune disease or myasthenia gravis especially knows that it goes deeper than that. It's a complicated disease. It's very hard to explain to people. And I stopped explaining myself. I have what I have. It is what it is. It could be worse. I have friends with MS. I have friends with pancreatitis. I have friends with stroke level blood pressure. You know, so I'm thankful and I'm blessed. But that's just a little bit of my story. I am writing it down, getting it refined. I haven't worked a job since 2008, so I'm having to pull out, them college skills. My major was agricultural business. So won't he do it? Like, won't God do it? He'll lay the path if you just surrender to him. He'll lay the path out. So that's just a little bit of my story. And if you want to know more, drop a comment. Send me a message. I have no problem, especially with my myasthenia gravis people, because even some of the people I work with don't understand how complicated MG is, because you look fine. Your eyes may be kind of funny, but you look fine. So they don't understand that some days you might be down for a couple of days. You might just can't do anything. They don't understand that. Yeah, but I understand it. I understand it completely. God gives some people that do not have illness, that discernment, that they can understand, that empathy to understand other people. But not everybody has it. So, like I said, be encouraged today. I'm so very thankful. Because, I was talking to, this, I have a Stomp Out MG sticker on my car, and it's war on MG. It's a war on autoimmune disease. So, and TLC is the best armory to have. I'm telling you. So, like I said, if you have any questions, comments, drop them to me. I got the and that you can say I haven't heard. So, any questions you have, I'm here. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. I gotta get to work.